All right, my friends, feeling much better. I was a bit sick over the weekend, but we're back in action here. If you're new to the channel, we're going to be going over SPY, we're going to be going over Bitcoin, we're going to be going over uh, Tesla, and then we're going to have question and answers. This is a subscriber only rather than a members only live stream. This is at not a regularly scheduled time. Normally on Mondays, we're on at 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern. But before I get into any of that stuff, just want to just cover something real quick. So I was sick, and I came back and checked the comments on the YouTube channel, and the last comment was from somebody commenting on the Rule of Karma video. They're like, what if you were a fraud? I'm not saying you are a fraud, but regarding the Rule of Karma, what would it mean if you were a fraud or a fake? Like, are you serious, dude? Instant ban. Instant ban. Like, how many people do you actually think follow the Rule of Karma? If you're somebody that follows the channel, then you hear at the beginning of every video the date and time of the video. I work all the time, right? For basically, so Rule of Karma, like maybe 1.5% to 2% of people that view the channel actually follow through on that. So that's like a really good scam, right? Like, work your butt off as much as possible so that you don't have a social life because you're trying to, prove something to the world and trying to help people. So you work as hard as you can, expecting people to follow through on the Rule of Karma, and like 1.5% to 2% of people do. It's a really, really, really good idea for a scam, don't you think? I mean, where did these people come from? Like, anyways, bye-bye, my friend. I don't take these sideways, like, oh, I'm not saying you are, but what if, like, no, dude, I don't play that game. I'm not a fool. You're gone. Peace. Bye-bye. Good job, bro. Next. So, all right, SPY. And it looks like it was pretty solid as far as that trade over the weekend. I wish I'd been around to really guide people. Hopefully people followed through on that trade because it did end up being pretty solid. Right, we had this decline offering opportunity to open up a long position. And then we had today we have this move to the upside that offered opportunity to open up, to close a long position, open up a short position. Interesting. So there was really two ways you could have played that over the weekend, depending on the time of day. But you could have gone short to long. You could have gone long to short, really, depending on which way you followed. Interesting, very interesting. But in any case, we want to be mindful of that. The high here being that Ace of Wands. Hey, Avila. Hey, B. Yeah, so I mean, this right here would imply opportunity to open up a short for the following day. You just want to be careful here because we really have like two, depending on if you're looking at it on the time scale of a daily chart, a 1-day candlestick chart, or you're looking at it on the time scale of like a 1-day chart. It's kind of like giving different types of trades. So depending on the time of day, you could be going bullish or bearish depending on the day. But with that said, It does look like we head to the downside tomorrow. Like we revisit. It's pretty mixed tomorrow. We revisit a support level that we recently met that was an opportunity, but there's price swinging and trade opportunity within the price sideways price swinging. Hey Raymond. Boeing stock direction for this week. Oh, we nailed that price level, guys. Nailed that price level. I would say this is still an entry point right here. Yeah, so I just let everybody know on the Discord if they've got total access. We successfully entered it. We fulfilled this. We tapped it, right? So that was an entry. You're still technically within the price range of this ellipse, so I would say this is still an entry for a long position to get into this move to the upside here. And you want to know about for the week? Yeah, it's sideways mixed behavior, so be very careful. Yeah, very mixed sideways behavior. I would be very careful with Boeing this week. If you're trying to trade, like, swing trade overnight or something, be careful. OKLO is a stock that Radmir advises to purchase call options as his psychic friend believes it will reach between $32 and $40 in the next 2 weeks. Today it's just under 5. Do I get the impression that OKLO... Do I get an impression for OKLO is a company that works in the nuclear energy field? Okay, let's take a look. I think I have a chart for them. Wow, nice move in the end of October here. I mean, let's see. Looking at the technical chart, you know, this is the type of spot where if you're trying to get in, you're probably chasing a rally. Doesn't mean you wouldn't make money hopping in here, but this isn't like looking from a technical standpoint, not the most advisable place to get into a long position. But let's see what the cards have to say. $32 to $40. Yeah, see, this is on like a full chart. This is near all-time highs, which is it's a bullish indication in a lot of cases, meaning excuse me, meaning that stocks that hit all-time highs. Usually they continue to do that for a while, but it's also not an advisable place usually to hop in. Let me see. Hey Joe, thank you. Appreciate it. As always, my man. Thank you for your support. Um, 32. I gotta know for $32 in the next 2 weeks. But before the end of 2024, we should see that price level. Hey, Proof. WKL. Thanks, AVIM. Let me know if that is not the WKL you're talking about, Proof. Probably. Yeah, this is going to be volatile for the week with a sharp drop that'll stand out in a period of volatility. Which week in November looks the weakest? Probably the second week, like the end of the first week into the second week, maybe even the very beginning of the third week, but probably the second week. Yeah, probably the second week. If not the second week, then maybe the fourth week. And by the second week, I mean from the 11th to the full moon on the 15th. Fourth week, I mean the 25th to the 29th. But most likely it's that second week, the 11th to the 15th. Appreciate you, Joe. Thanks. It was luck. Appreciate it. Hey, LTW, I'll get into that AMD for you in just a moment. Got to get people with the stars next to their names first. They're paying for priority answers. Can I guide on Riot remainder of the week and next week? Overall trend for the next 2 weeks, or this week through the end of next week, I should say. It's bearish price swings and or a sharp drop that'll stand out on a multi-day scale. Alright, so this week we have a move higher through key resistance. We stay above it briefly, break back down through that same price level shortly thereafter with a full retracement, making like a capital A, if you will. A capital A, where the price level's like the horizontal line through the upside down V, if you will. And then the following week we have an overbought crest that we sell off from through multiple support levels on a multi-day scale. It looks like there's a pretty solid trade on this coming Thursday in the midst of a rally, opening up a short position, closing that short position the next day there on the Friday in the midst of a decline. You could also probably open up a long position. That one's a little risky based on the overall trend. I would probably just go with this short on Thursday into Friday of this week if I was going to place a trade there. Can I guide on PayPal and AMD earnings? This is one that I would like to be covering in 2025, so I'm going to put it on the discount list on our website, Tarot for Traders. If you're new to the channel, you can order 1-year predictions that we still use 1-year predictions that were created in 2023, still being used today with insane accuracy. We're not right all the time, but when we're wrong, it's like on this little piece of a reading. It's never like the whole reading, you know? In any case, we have a list of priority tickers that we're hoping people will order so that they get on that, they get done before 2025, basically. I'll show you where to find that list. Alright, so you go to our website, tarotfortraders.com, hover over Order Now, click on Custom Readings. Where did it go? Oh, and then when you click on 1-year reports, it should be there. Wonder where it went. Well, I'll have to have this fixed today. I have a meeting right after this live stream. Yeah, okay, here it is. It should be under custom orders, not under subscriptions. But for whatever reason, right now it's under subscriptions. So if you're looking for it, it's probably going to switch to custom orders or custom readings. If it's not under there, then it's still under subscriptions. Either way, this is the list right now of priority tickers. I'm going to add PayPal to that list. It's $300 rather than $500 for a 2025 reading for any of the tickers on this list. So if you're interested in any of those, highly recommend. And it's a one-off. PayPal used to be on this list. Somebody swiped up the deal. It's no longer on this list. So it's like a first come, first serve type of thing. Just reminding people this one's been around for a little while. does this look so... This chart looks wonky to me for some reason. Oh, right. You want to do earnings here. Okay. Chart reaction for PayPal's earnings for tomorrow. It's going to be pretty erratic, back and forth through the same price level, most likely revisiting a crest more than once within that erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level. AMD. Surprised we don't have an AMD yet. If that's not on the list, that one should be on the list too. Overall trend direction, or overall chart reaction, I should say, to AMD earnings tomorrow. So there should be a decline offering opportunity to open up a long position based on the earnings. Apple pullback hasn't happened yet per 1 year reading. Let's take a look. Hmm. Hmm. So probably what's happening right now, this is the double X kind of peak taking place, and the purple correlation here is to the Knight of Cups. So we had this decline ending with a fast sudden move higher. It didn't come out nearly as much as I would have expected, but also this was one that was done so long ago. My knowledge of how to read these things has vastly improved since then. We did have a highest high as expected here in October, right? We nailed that. And I think probably based on what I'm seeing here, there's a good chance that we have another one here in the end of November, but there should be a most likely, I probably didn't read this as a high, but looking at it now, this looks like another high to me with another significant trough, like a lower trough. Well, not necessarily a lower trough, but probably come down to roughly the same price levels here in like the first or second week of November. And look at the let's take a look at Tesla real quick before we run out of time. We absolutely nailed that price level, right? So if you did the prudent thing and you exited as soon as we tapped it, and then you're like, oh man, I got out too early. I mean, did you really? Did you really? It was like we left just a little bit on the table. We did this. The smart thing is took a solid profit right there. But this was really, I mean, we nailed this price level, guys. Nailed this. How long ago was this drawn? I should start putting in the dates that these are drawn so I remember. But this is something, if you follow if you have access to our monthly access subscription, then you had access to this live updated trading view chart with these ellipses and the live Discord trading alerts and whatnot. So you've been following along. Hopefully we see some rule of karma payments coming through on some of that stuff. Speaking of rule of karma, if you joined us late, I was pretty sick over the weekend. I came back to see this comment sitting there on our rule of karma video, which is frankly the most important video on our website, if you ask me. And somebody had very kind of backhandedly tried to insult us, where they're like, what if you were a fraud? What about the rule of karma then? How bad would that be? I'm not saying you're a fraud, but what if you were a fraud and a fake? Like, are you serious, dude? What are you asking? First off, anybody knows if you do something like that, it's bad karma. So the need to ask that question was like out the window, meaning that left it with, it was an intentional jerk thing to say. Bye-bye, my friend. Banned. I have zero tolerance for jack-offs like that. Excuse my French, people, but I've dealt with them my whole life. They're like a dime a dozen. So I've got zero tolerance for that. Good job getting banned from the only person predicting the stock market by the hour every single day with insane accuracy. Good job getting banned, bro. Bye-bye. All right, so Tesla. Oh, wait, let me make sure. All right, guys, well, we're getting close to capping the questions here. Not quite yet. All right, so guys, we may run out of time. If I'm not able to come back to your question, I apologize, but we have members, paying members that need to have their answers questions to their, to need to have the answers to their questions first before coming back. It's not that I forgot about you or anything. I got to get these guys first. So, VCF and Google this week. Are we talking about Singapore, or is this a crypto? Looks like a Singapore thing. No, that can't be it. I'm not sure we have a chart for that. Overall bullish or bearish for the week. It's a rally that turns over. We have a fast sudden move higher ending the rally, and then a breakdown through diagonal trend line with increasing volatility on the way down. Yeah, so that Knight of Wands and the high correlation for the daily chart there, fast semi fire ending with a move to the downside and a possible high we had here for the 25th to the 28th, possible high for the month, and you can see how that played out, especially like the prior day, like it wasn't the highest probability. I'm sure not a lot of people were expecting to see a high for the month take place, but we have it here circled 25th to the 28th. Possibly see it again on the 31st. But this looks kind of sideways, back and forth sidewaysy with the move to the upside at the end of the week more so. All right, so AMD his earnings report tomorrow afternoon. What's the outcome of the earnings, bullish or bearish? Good question, LTW. Let's see what the cards have to say about that. Oh, the chart reaction to AMD earnings tomorrow. Decline offering opportunity to open up a long position. Doge for this week and next week, Dogecoin. Oof, nice move today, jeez. Overall trend direction for the next 2 weeks. Well, for this week and next week. Sideways rotation with ending with a fast sudden move higher. But it does look like that fast sudden move higher. We have multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance next week. So we get capped off at some sort of resistance. Probably up here, like this 17 mark. Let's see. Actually, it might be right where we are. Like the 18-cent mark, probably. Hey, Primal. Good to see you, my man. Did not put together that uh, the message from you was from you on the website. FYI, I didn't put that together until you know, commented for me. You're welcome, LT. All right, my friends, we're gonna cap the questions here. TMDX earnings today. And Primal, my man, you know I got your back, dude. You just gotta take advantage of the offers, dude. I'm trying to help you, you know. TMDX. Oh, whoa, card, bunch of cards just dropped. I'll do Bitcoin if I have time. It was luck. Earnings reaction. Or TMDX earnings today. Or chart reaction. I got the Magus card for that. Interesting. So it looks to me like we're probably going to have like some price swings going on based on this. Back and forth, so there's probably a good trade opportunity in here, but it's a little tricky to read with just one card for after the bell, you know. All right, guys, I'm gonna do Bitcoin real quick, and then I gotta roll. Bitcoin's another one of the tickers that we cover from the monthly access subscription on our website, Tarot for Traders. Meaning that you get the full paid version of the video with all the foreseen trades ahead of time, where we see the highs and the lows to the day, stuff like that. And then you also get the live Discord trade alerts and live updated trading view chart links, so that we really help to keep you on track as far as the trades to make. Where did my Bitcoin chart go? There we go. Oof. Steered off course there. Okay, so let's see. Man, crazy. This month was so accurate up until these last couple of days. And for those of you that are new to the channel, this is a good example of what I mean by when we're wrong, it's usually on just a little piece of the reading, right? Like all of these ellipses were based on expectations. From this reading, all of this stuff is accurate. Really, really solid stuff. Up until the last few days when I got sick. Interesting. Apologize for that, guys. But we still have this Ace of Cups opportunity on the 30th. So I did put the low there on the 25th. But, so we were on point with this low here on the 24th, 25th. Right? You can see. But the fact that we went off course here like we did, like there's a high here and I really see nothing indicating a high here, makes it I'm a little weary. But we do have for the 28th the Princess of Discs, which would be a cash out. If you were in a long position, I would say that would be a cash out opportunity. I would probably hang tight until the 30th. So you don't get scared out tomorrow. It looks like tomorrow, either we're seeing that. Matter of fact, we're probably seeing that Aeon card right now because we've pushed the upper end of a range higher here with this Aeon card. So we're probably a day ahead in real time. We're a day ahead of the reading. So I would be mindful. I would look for this move to the downside taking place over the next couple of days. And I'll keep an eye on this, from the Discord standpoint, looking for the entry and the exit for that short. Maybe the downtrend goes into early November. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I was just about to open up November reading. You're in the same headspace as me, Primal. From the standpoint of the 1 year, pretty much nailed that as well. And the decline off of the October high offers opportunity to open up a long position before returning to it. You can see in the end of the month, Ace of Cups correlating to a high, and also the Virtue card in the high correlator position for October, indicating that most likely see the high twice. And that's exactly what happened. We had this move to the upside, back down. That 3 crisscrosses through the same price level, basically to the upside, back down through it, and then back through it to the upside again. Yeah, that's a little concerning. So based on the fact that this is off, it changes my perception a little bit of the reading. There is a possibility that this Ace of Cups could be a high, based on that cross reading correlation going on. It's not the strongest possibility, but it is an alternate at this point based on what transpired today. Man, crazy! I was on point, literally. 25 of 31 days so far. So is it a downtrend continuing into November? Let's look at that 1 year again. It's kind of risky at this point. because we do have a fast sudden move higher, most likely taking us into another high here in November. Mm. Well, I mean, there's a good shot. I mean, there's a chance that we downtrend all the way into the eighth here, but it's not the strongest based on this being sideways rotation. But it's crossed with the death card, so there is an important bottom here on a multi-day scale. In November, it probably does decline a little bit into November, is my sense. Either way, no, early November should be a pop and a drop. Can I ask the cards if you should cut your losses and exit the Bitcoin short? Sure thing. I got a no for that. It was luck. I would still hang tight for the 30th. See what happens. I'm pretty sure this move to the upside, we're already in the Aeon card, and if that's the case, then we should have a pretty sharp decline tomorrow, or at least a lower price level tomorrow. Do I see, all right guys, last question and then I'm going to roll. Do I see a big drop back to 48, 50K levels this year or in early mid next year? Asking because some astrology charts show that. Also a big run up from May 25th on. 48 to 50K. I mean, look at this, guys. This is basically since we started the new services, for the early access subscription. So much of this is just so solid. Um, I don't see us going back to those levels 48 to 50K in the year 2024. Very very strong sense that we've already seen the bottoms for 2024. So it looks like I was off by about 5K so far as how high we would go this year. So not off by that much really, based on that prediction being from like back in 2023 when we're all the way down here. Um, so looking at the multi-year, good chance that we do see that price level in 2025, the 48 to 58K range. Um, but I wouldn't be like, oh my god, it's so bearish for Bitcoin. Overall, it's bullish. Let's see what the 2025 year reading looks like. Which, matter of fact, hasn't come out. Somebody ordered it and I haven't released it yet. So I'm going to keep that one private for now. But yeah, looking at it, very good chance that we do see those price levels again at some point in 2025. All right, my friends, with that said, thank you all so much for watching. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. Be one of those blessed few that follows through. Like, the benefits, metaphysically, the benefits, like, you only see the benefits when you follow through on this type. And you only see it that it's true after you do. You know, it's hard to get somebody to see that. They have to follow through, and then they see the results. But it's a real deal, my friends. It's a real deal. So be one of those fortunate few and follow through. Much love. You know where to go. You know what to do. And if you don't, you go to our website, Tarot for Traders. Click on resources. 5% of all profits from information on the channel should be donated to one of these charities. 5% back to the channel through one of these links. If you're international, you can use Wise to send money, or you can send crypto through any of these crypto QR codes. If you're gonna send crypto, it'd be awesome if you sent me Theta or Solana. But send it in whatever. My favorite way though is Zelle. So that leaves you with 90%. Make sure to spend that money out of love. That, you know, as long as you follow those rules, the universe considers you an angel investor. It's going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Primal, I'll keep an eye out for you, my man. And I highly recommend you take me up on that offer, dude, because the tools you're missing out on they're game changer. So, with that said, blessings to all my angel investors. I will see you guys tomorrow.